1, 2, 3. Yay, 6, 6, 6. We're back once again for the 7th time, I think it is.
The 7th time for the same 6th film.
Of the Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers set here, which is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut. Or, as it was originally called, Halloween 666, The Origin of Michael Myers.
Halloween 6, The Origin of Michael Myers.
And, you know, I didn't know what to expect from this. Really, I was thinking, okay, well, they're probably going to change a scene here, a scene there, make it a little bit different, you know. Oh, no. This is a different film, totally. Totally, completely a different movie.
I had always heard about it over the years. Ever since Halloween 6 came out, I always heard about this producer's cut. They talked about it in Fangoria magazine. They talked about it just about any time they talked about Halloween 6. They said there's this other bootleg copy out there. And there was. I mean, there's been like grainy... You can look it up on YouTube. There's like grainy, really grainy, badly done edits of this movie. But I'd never seen the film. And I was like, well, I wonder how much could they actually have changed, you know? Boy, well, I was surprised. I was really thrown for a loop watching this.
You know, the big problem with 6 was there was very little or almost no Halloween music in 6. Like the classic Halloween theme, they almost cut it out of the original film. And here, you got the whole Halloween theme back, plus the dun. I had the hiccups now. Dun dun. Dun. Dun dun. Let's get into the changes here, Vince. First of all, I don't think there's anything. Almost every single shot in this film is different. They use a different, you know, angle, different shot, different dialogue. Like the beginning, even the beginning dialogue is Donald Pleasance doing the voiceover, which was incredible. It's like, why did they not keep that in the original film? That was so great.
It was. I liked it so much better, and I could actually understand it better.
It starts with Donald Pleasance talking to you. Why cut that out? Why? Why would they do that? It makes no sense. And through the whole movie, Vince, this entire film, one of the big, huge changes is they didn't kill off...
Jamie Lloyd?
Like in the original movie, he like shoves her in some sort of
farm equipment. And
this is sort of an off-screen kill where you see her get stabbed, but she don't die. And I just thought that was so bizarre. I'm like, is she coming back in the film at some point? Or what? I mean, it was like, that really changed the whole film. That scene right there really changed everything.
And I love that they did it that way. Once again, this is a film that's coming off of Halloween 5. And they were trying, even in this film, to explain what happened in Halloween 5. So at the end of Halloween 5, you have this mysterious, you know, explosion at the police department. And suddenly Jamie's gone and Michael's gone. And you don't know what happened to him. And here they actually show, at least they give you a hint of what happened to him. Because in the theatrical version, they just say, well, they've been missing for 6 years.
If you watch the original is gory. It's bloody, just blood everywhere. In this one, there's almost no blood at all.
Basically, the way they described it is they were making a classic horror film. Studio wanted the gory slasher films because, of course, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. To compete with them, we have to get gorier.
You know, I'm always up for blood and guts. But in this movie, I think it worked better not showing it. You know, we got so much stuff to cover here on the extras, because there's tons of extras, so we can't really talk about the movie too much longer. But I will say the ending of this film, so much more improved than the original. Makes so much more sense now.
It does. It does. It makes a whole lot more sense. And once again, it's explaining Halloween 5, but at least it didn't get to a point where it just totally shifted gears and went off into some weird Temple of Doom thing. They were trying to do something new with this story, and this made much more sense.
Well, let's get into the extras here, Vince. All right, first thing we have is called Acting Scared, and it's a bunch of interviews with the actors from the film.
A typical Scream Factory featurette, too. This actually shows what Scream Factory can do, and it was a great extra, I think, because it was cool to see, once again, see all these people come back and they're talking about the film, and it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, I find it interesting they had all these actors, but they don't have the main actress that was in this. She's not in any of these extras. I wonder why they couldn't get her.
I don't know. But they didn't show Tommy Doyle either.
It was excellent. Great extra. Fantastic, fantastic extra. All right, so the next extra is The Shape of Things to Come. Michael Myers Murders and Mayhem.
I forget this one, Dave. You got to remind me.
So this one is a huge extra. It's actually so big they split it into 2 parts. This is over an hour long. Excellent. Once again, Scream Factory. This is a Scream Factory extra, so you know it's great. And it is. It's fantastic. I mean, this is what you buy these discs for, is extras like this. It has everybody on here talking about the film and how they made it. Just absolutely spectacular.
It shows behind-the-scenes stuff. It shows what they look like today, and they talk about what it was like to make the film.
And what I found was interesting, too, was they made 2 masks for this movie, and like halfway through the movie, they didn't like the mask, so they changed it.
That's because they also changed the guy that played Michael Myers, who started out being George P. Wilbur, who played Michael Myers in Part 4. But they didn't like him, so they fired him.
Yeah, they have so many problems with the mask in these movies. But yeah, this was a great extra. Absolutely spectacular. So next would be Haddonfield's Horrors, The Sights of Halloween 6.
I'm trying to remember it.
This is all about reshoots. About the reshoots.
So this extra basically was all about how they had to go back and reshoot everything. You even see the cast when they're talking about this throughout most of these extras. They're talking about how they were filming a classic horror film, and then they were filming another horror film. And basically it was like 2 horror films going on at the same time. One gory, one not so gory. The producer's cut is actually what they filmed first. What ended up being the theatrical cut is actually what they reshot. And this is what them talking about what they reshot.
Yeah, it was, and you could tell that everybody was not happy with the original, with the final result. And even Akkad's son was on there, and he seems like a really cool guy.
And what he finally does say about it is exactly how I felt about it.
So the next one is a cursed curse interview with the producers. And again, they keep talking about how everybody was so dissatisfied with this version of the film.
But they actually enjoyed the producer's cut.
All right, next we have Full Circle interview with the composer.
This was pretty cool. I mean, it was like, you know, he's talking about the music, and being that, like David mentioned earlier in the review here, he's talking about how the soundtrack changed, and this is him talking about that.
And he pretty much went back and he rescored this DVD that you're watching. That's a whole new score. He's adding new music to this DVD. Next extra is Jamie's story, an interview with the original Jamie, Danielle Harris.
This was really cool. I liked this.
I think this is one of the better extras on this whole disc.
Yeah, I think so too, because she actually does get to finally say what happened.
What's really good about this interview is she don't hold anything back. She basically tells you what she thinks, and it's really interesting. So next is a cast and crew tribute to Donald Pleasence.
It was a cool tribute too, and just to hear them talk about Donald Pleasence, and I've said this before, Dr. Loomis was one of my favorite characters from the whole Halloween series. And to hear them talk about Donald Pleasence and how he was on the set, he just seemed like he was just a fantastic, cool guy to be around.
And now we have the teaser trailer for Halloween 666.
Yeah, so this was kind of cool. It was interesting to see, even though it's basically the same trailer as what finally came out.
Archival interviews and behind-the-scenes footage.
And this is pretty much exactly what that is.
Next is something that I really liked, actually. It's behind-the-scenes footage, and all of this is actually shot by the guy who wrote the script. Basically, he's on the set with a little handheld camera, and he films everything. It was like the whole opening sequence, he's like in the house, and he's like behind the scenes, like coming out behind the door and showing you when they were filming it live, when they're actually... It sort of like reminded me of that extra that was on Evil Dead that one time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it reminded me of. That was really cool.
We still have yet more deleted scenes, and these are scenes that didn't even make the film. Either cut, you know, this is still more footage that wasn't even in the producer's cut.
I would say they're actually more alternate than they are deleted.
Final extra, really. Well, there's one more, but the electronic press kit. And this is what they kind of send out to the press, to show the press what this movie is going to be. Now, that was all the extras.
You're missing one, though, Dave.
The audio commentary.
That's what I was missing.
I think the best commentary, besides John Carpenter's, obviously, because this guy was really excited about the movie. I mean, you could tell his excitement through the whole thing. He was really excited to talk about it.
Yeah, he was. He was like really pumped up to talk about it probably because he hadn't been actually able to talk about it for years, and now he can. And so he had all this pent up, I've got to talk about this.
So in all, this was incredible disc. I mean, this is the disc that the fans wanted. And let me tell you, this is not disappointing at all. I mean, this is what everybody wanted out of this collection, and they could not have done a more incredible job with this disc.
I know, it's amazing. I was really blown away by this. I would give this disc a 5 out of 5.
Incredible disc. It definitely, for me, gets a 5 out of 5. The next thing, of course, is Halloween H2O.
Do 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 do.
Dun dun.
Do 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 do